Divine Feminine, welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in, come on, I've got intel. The planetary energies today, Divine Feminine. Mercury, the third planet of communication, shares a minor frustration with Jupiter, the sixth planet of expansion. Around the same time that Mars, the fifth planet of action, forms an unpleasant aspect to Jupiter, magnifying self-doubt, frustration, irritability, and impatience. You might find that others are a bit self-centered, selfish, or inconsiderate this morning. So road rage will be afoot. Be careful as you go out onto the highways and byways, darling dears. Pay attention to the road and understand someone else's anger is not your issue, darling dears. It's not your issue. Hold your gangster, Divine Feminine. Hold your gangster. So you don't personally fall victim to today's funk. Yes, baby. The funk of what? Self-doubt, frustration, irritability, and impatience. And check in often with your breathing. Do your breath work, darling dear. Remember, Divine Feminine, you react will be failure, kryptonite to what you've got going on. A reaction? No, babe. We respond, darling dear. While the first half of the day may be challenging, the second half doesn't feel so bad. Why? Because the moon decides to what? Lend a helping hand and bring harmony where you are. The moon, I know the moon can be skullduggerous, but the moon is realizing, right, that certain shiznai is not working for you, and you mustn't be caught up in the maelstrom of what? The fucking is black. Please excuse the adverts, I leave them in. The moon is the second planet. So we've got, if you're interested in the numerology, 3, 6, 5, and 2. Those numbers are important to someone. Or someone's fist bump, as we call in the energies of wisdom, guidance, and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, way showers, and spiritual guides. As above, so below. From Keitha to Malkuth. Namaste. Energies. Up, 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 big cat. Up, up, up. Divine Feminine, you have 5 G's. What are they? God. Growth, goals, gifts, greatness, and gratitude. Fake friends will keep your real enemies updated, darling dears. Friends and family will turn on you when you become successful and have boundaries. Don't you know? Pinkies up. Everybody is not meant to be going where you are. Not everybody is not meant to be whom you are. What you are, Divine Feminines. You can't take your good energy and put it into someone else and make them what you are. You are unique. One of a kind, darling dear. And you are big cat, built for this shiznai. You had to cut off a lot of people. Just saw 444 on the counter, meaning you are on the right path, Divine Feminine. The path to ascension in a North Node kind of a way, darling dears. Your purpose. You can't afford to worry about how they are doing, they, them, and because you might miss a step and go backwards. And in the words of Abraham Lincoln, forwards, never backwards. Fist bump. Because you have to remember, darling dears, as you awaken to toxicity in your life, it shines a light on everything that's toxic. And that's when the what cutting season comes in. I'm not telling you that it's easy. Why? Because you're amongst learned behavior, the comfort zone. Pwah! But you have to remember, you start on this level where you and they, them, and are on the same level. And as you continue to what? Embrace the Most High, darling dear, Father God, and you are covered by Ephesians 6:13, the whole armor of God, as you continue to focus on your what? God, growth, goals, gifts, greatness, and gratitude, you continue to rise. And then you get to a level, darling dears. If they were meant to go with you, they would what? Realize their own and claim dominion over themselves, and they would rise with you. But oh no, they want you to what? Look back, just like Lot's wife, Salt Bay, and meet them at their low level. You can't go back, darling dear. You can't unsee and unlearn what you've already seen and learned, darling dear. You've become keyboard gangsters. You buffed up your third eye to a bishin's shine. You realize that walking alone is not alone, darling dear, because when you were going to stumble and fall, the Most High, Father God, caught you and you levitated. Yes, baby, you levitated. I don't care what you're saying. You levitated, yeah? And I'll have nothing else said. You realize whom you are. You got a hold of your birth natal chart. You found your Chiron. And from there, you sought to understand all aspects of the birth natal chart, which was the best thing you could have ever done, darling dears. It wasn't a journey for the faint-hearted. It was a journey of ascension. And when I say not everyone can go with you, darling dears, it's the truth, roof, pinkies up. Because as you know a thing or two about a thing or two, you became gangster. I begs. Your ancestral team are cheering for you, darling dears. They chose you to be the what? The head of your lineage in the age of Aquarius, the age of I know. Gifted with all of the skills and tools they could not use or did not know how to use in their lifetime. That short spans that we have on this Malkuth, where we are sent to what? Heal their karma, as well as what? Avert the karma that we create for ourselves or are born into. You understood the rules and regulations had to come from within. Discipline, darling dears. Focus. And everything is from a place of love. Love of the Most High, love of thyself. You realized your intellect, your intelligence, you was dumbing yourself down in order to what? Stay with they, them, and at the bottom of the pot. But no more. My big cat divine feminine, it's a new day. And you realize every friend is not your friend. A listening ear can be a running mouth. And as you continue to ascend, friends that were once your friends are your strongest enemies. Why? Because you've got that glow, darling dear. You realize whom you are and what you command. And the first thing you command from anyone entering your hemisphere is respect, darling dear. They don't want to respect you. Why? Because they want you to be who you were. You don't live at that address anymore. They want to trap you with your past mistakes, darling dear. Mistakes that you learned the hard way without the Vaseline. As you realize toxic and toxicity cannot exist in the light. The light gifted to you by the Most High.
Don't miss it. Trade it.
You heard that? Don't miss it. Trade it. Everything is a message. In my readings, darling dear, and my readings are timeless. So whenever you buck up on this, darling dear, it's meant for you. Everything may not resonate, but what does? You understand. You understood the assignment was to find your own path. Happiness is an inside job. You cannot continue to pour into cups that are bottomless, darling dear. That will deplete you of your everything. You can't be amongst those that would what? Put you in victim mode. You are no one's victim. You are built and born to be victor, divine feminine. Victorious. But that belief had to what? Come from within. You had to believe in yourself when no one else would. You had to go within. This is why Proverbs 12:24, you're a hustler, baby. You understood the assignment and have been gifted and live with the 6 G's. Let's dive in, darling dears, and see what's going on. You're going to have one? Listen, nothing more can substantiate what I was just saying other than Isa. It's represented by the Hermit in Tarot, darling dears. The Hermit speaks about what? Loner, darling dear. Why? Because it was solitude. In the solitude, you heard the what? The silent voice. The silent voice that said, get great. You can do it. Why? You did what Eleanor Roosevelt told us to do. Go so far you can't hear the critics. And keep going, darling dear. Lean on not your understanding, but the understanding of the Most High. You realize that what? Innovative ideas are coming to you in the multitude on a daily basis. Why? They are being gifted to you from an infinite source. There is enough for all on this Malkuth, darling dear, but you had to go within, shine that spiritual self, shine that spiritual light on self first. And it lit up that whole shiznai. My right palm is itching me. Skrilla.com is afoot, darling dears. Unexpected changes for the better will bring what? New friendships, darling dear, like-minded souls your way. You understood dishonesty and betrayal was not a situation that you could stay in, nor live with those emotions. You had to ascend, darling dear. Can you see it? A spiritual path. Like I said, you was built for this, divine feminine. Vigilance. You are being recognized for being different, hated for being different. You will have the ops bleeding out of the what? Crevice of the devil's balls, darling dears, to try and drag you back. But your mind is not the same, darling dear, as you continue and will always continue to ascend. Because as I keep telling you, divine feminine, you are a walking masterpiece in progress, darling dear. You learn new things every day. Isa is represented by the letters K, I, and C. The numbers 36, 37, 38, and 39. It also speaks about what? Reinforcement. Reinforcement against challenges, because challenges are not to break you, sent to break you, darling dears. It's sent for you to ascend. As you learn to what? Respond and not react. And in some cases, it's a full-on Easter Island and Stevie Wonder. Let me draw your attention to my mocha cup. Can you see it, darling dears? We have a tree. A tree speaks about what? Cover, as well as ascension. As well as what? Regeneration. Because you understood you had to plant firm roots, and those roots are planted in the Most High, the unseen. Because you realize as you what? Drop down and got your eagle on. Trust in God. Because man will fail you, especially when they are what? A frenemy. A fakeazoid family member. that was happy until you did better than them, until you left that abusive relationship, until you got that job, until you created that business, until you got that what? Banging body, darling dear. It's always until. Nevertheless, carry on, darling dears, and don't get smoked. Why? It's a jungle out there, and you are a big cat. And when the big cat roars, every head shall bow. They wanted your head bowed. They saw you with your head bowed. They did. Until you said amen. Fist bump, pinkies up, push clap. Yeah. Love it. Don't hate it, divine feminine. Remember, it's the journey, not the destination. Be proud of what you've achieved and what you are about to achieve. Remember, every day we wake up and kick our way out of the duvet, darling dear. It's a chance to what? Bend the matrix as we wake up with gratitude. Every time you make a right choice, any choice, you develop a different timeline. Remember, you are the master of your timeline, divine feminine. My hand is itching me. Thank you, KD, for the super chat. Yes, itching me. Right, let's see who's in the comments. Can I bring it up? I've got a fruit fly in here and it's pissing me off, mate. And I know I have to be careful because I will mash up the whole of this office for that teeny tiny fly. It keeps going ring, ring, past my eye line. I haven't got the hairline for it today, no. What did I say? Be careful of frustrations, blood. Right, let's bring up the comments and see who's here. First in the chat, Alexis Holmes, Big Cat Wave. We have Roxanne Parker. What's going on, Roxanne? Steps of a Shaman. Wagwan, Fist Bump. CB, hi. Glad you could pop in on your busy day. Bending the matrix, darling dear. Audra Dai, Kung Fu Panda, hiya. I see you all, darling dears. Who else is here? Honey, hi, honey. And Jacqueline, Arenton, Wagwan. Are you good? We've got what? Alexandra Cause. Anyone else I haven't mentioned? Namaste to you, darling dears. But I've got to press on because I can be such a chatty cat. And we're already 18 in. 18 is what? The number of the moon, darling dear. And it also breaks down to a 9. As you continue to what? Isolate yourself, because when they 8 you, divine feminines, 9 them. Use your intuition and discernment when inviting someone in to your inner circle, because it's only someone on the inside that can what? Sabotage what you've got going on. Remember I told you that. Pinkies up. Right, let's press on at a hot trot. We're going to lead with the... Let me use a deck I haven't used before for your messages.
Viewing 3D and get at the heart of what you're studying.
We're getting to the heart of what we're studying, darling dear. The epiphanies are going off left, right, and center as we what? Rearrange what's going on in our lives. You've understood betas. Betas better stay where they are. They are what? Back, front, neck tabbers, abusers, imposters, takers of your time, your energy, and your good exploiters of your truth, and you, darling dear. And they're reckless, and they're shape-shifting and mean. Yeah. Energies from your ancestral team. Baby, I can't make it up. Look, you're about to get a leg up. You're being pushed to what? Ascend, darling dear. The 3 and the 4 goes to a 7. This is what? Chariot energy, progress as well as success. The 3 and the 4 are what? The duality of the balancing of your masculine and feminine energy. The Emperor and the Empress, protector and provider, as well as what? Nurture and abundance. This is the first. It looks like somebody's sleeping in their bed, darling dear. Ascension is afoot. You're being gifted with some new skills from a higher power. The Most High Father, God, darling, and it comes in with a strong 4. What does the number 4 mean? It means stability, structure, and manifestation mode. Pinkies up. But you've got to be quiet about it. Self-validation is also ascension level, darling dear. Why? Because no one will see your failures unless you tell them. They only see the what? The repurposed and finished product, a product or process that they don't understand. They want you to come back and mouth wrestle with them, darling. They tongue wrestle when you don't have the throat chakra for it. You turned your pain into champagne. You're hurt into hustle. A higher power, Most High Father God, is about to gift you with ascension. Look at this. I've just noticed it. All the time I've looked at this card, can you see the faces of all of the archangels in your ancestral team? First time I've noticed there's an archangel in the back. You're being watched, darling dear, but you're also being covered. We saw the tree. It means shelter, as well as what? Regeneration. The new you. Oh, and I've just noticed it's got a keyhole on it, darling dear. Baby, divine has gifted you with what? The lock of the key of manifestation. Remember I told you that, divine feminine. Because it's your time to what? Breathe. These two wanted to come out to what? 3? Reminding you to be mindful, darling dear. Take the time to do your breath work. Some of us are into the yoga, right? And it's also about meditating as you focus on what you want to create here and now. There is no going back, darling dear. You can't go back. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. You are built for this. And forward we go, darling dear. As you continue to what? Go round and round. Round and round, you're saying, but Case, that sounds like it's going... No, darling dear. This is a spiral upwards. As you are being met halfway, at the borderline. Come through. Who are they? Black Eyed Peas. Posh clap. You're being met at the borderline by the Most High, a higher power, as you are gifted. You're not out for no count, darling dear. You was only taking a breath, taking the time to pray and be grateful for where you are, what you've achieved, what you've overcome. One more card, please. Thank you. What did I say? Poised for greatness, darling dear, on the edge, breakthrough. The flags also represent what? Transformation, darling dear. All up and in it. Transformed because you are different. You stand out from the crowd. The 4 and the 8 goes to a 12, which is what? The hangman. The seeker. Your perspective has changed, darling dears. Spiritual development has what? Ensured that there is a no contact rule with those from the past. Long spoon and all that. You understand how to protect your energies, as well as what your ideals, your higher ideals, your mind. Your mind is a dangerous thing to waste, and you understood if you did not what? Separate and poise yourself in being receptive mode, darling dear. And how do you do that? By forgiveness and by giving, darling dear. You can't receive without giving of yourself.
Post on Instagram every day. Try.
A new beginning for you, darling dear. Transformation season. Some of you are dancers. Some maybe even yoga instructors, or possibly taking a new line. I see a star there. The star is represented by Aquarius energy. Again, that speaks of what? You being divine's child. Having raised your vibration, good prospects and health. Your health is improving, darling dear. It also speaks about what? Being in the spotlights, poised for fame. Some of you are poised for fame. Whatever you've been getting on with, darling dear, it may not be on the internet. It may be in your community. You will stand out for your strength, how you gave. And in some cases, you are the survival kit for another big cat, darling dears. Remember I told you that. Fist bump. Let's press on. I want to use my original Rider-Waite deck. Base of your deck, darling dear, we have the Capricorn energy, the Devil card. This speaks about what? Controlling behavior, all of the dysfunction that you've left behind. It could have been an abusive relationship. It could also be abusive friends or family members. You've learned what? That you had to what? Balance out your time, because you're poised for new things as you're being directed by a higher power and gifted with a leg up. The Capricorn energy is ruled by Saturn, darling dears. Saturn is the 6th planet, I believe. Seventh planet, right? This is about your honor. You feel that your ambitions can be achieved, darling dear. Why? Because Saturn is taking some restriction from your life. Why? Because you've been focused, disciplined. Saturn is also linked to the skin, darling dear, the biggest organism that we have on our body. Somebody needs to take better care of their skin, darling dear. Get into your sea moss, your Irish moss. Let's give it a good shufty then first. Baby. The cards ain't ramping today, divine feminine. You are that bitch or garçon. Whether you're male or female, darling dear, you know your worth and you've added tax. The Empress just jumped right out to let you know whom you are. Savor that, darling dears. This is the love of self, darling dear, creating the abundance. The grass grows greener under thee. You see the three trees in the background, darling dear. The number 3 is about what? Growth as well as expression. The 3 also represents groups, darling dear. Some of you will be joining new groups, possibly for yoga, something to do with your breath work, darling dears. You need that energy. It also needs what? She looks like she's holding onto a mic. Some of you will be what? Going into what? More motivational speaking, or your words are motivating many. Make sure you get yourself out there, darling dear, whether it's in your community, whether you have a platform, whatever it is. This is your season. You have to remember, none of us know when God is about to upgrade our lives, but because you've been focused, because you've spent time giving back, ascension is afoot. The Empress also speaks about what? You being fertile and extremely creative at this moment in time. You are seen as the light by many. They're going to be drawn to you, darling dears. It also speaks about being the mother. Some of you may even be pregnant. Congratulations. When you see the Empress, it also speaks about plans being realized, the buying of a home, a new car, the opening of your business, writing that book, darling dear. Making healthier choices. The yellow, so much yellow on this card, is represented by the solar plexus. The solar plexus is for your willpower, your drive, your confidence, your self-esteem, darling dear. Solar plexus is represented by Archangel Michael. Call him at any time. It's also represented by what? Big cat Leo energy, the sun, darling dear. Controlling certain situations. And I also did I say travel? Someone may be traveling and it will be in an eastwardly direction, darling dear. I'm gonna keep that. Base of your deck. Good God. Hey! Breadcrumbs be damned. The 6 of Pentacles on its face, darling dear, speaks about debt and unfairness. Give unto Caesar what's due unto Caesar, darling dear, because if you don't pay what you owe, you are creating karmic debt for yourself, darling dears. This is also what? Giving you what? The heads up. You need to have your insurance policies in place, especially if you have progeny. And if you've got insurance policies, darling dear, make sure that you change them to what? Be a trust. Otherwise, the government will eat it all. There'll be nothing left for whom you want to bless after you've moved on to be closer to the Most High. Right. Let's see what else is going on. Hold on. My mechanicals are trying to mess up on me, but I'm not having it. I'm being obstreperous. Yes, baby. They've got atikiphobia. Why? They feel that they're not good enough for you. Good gosh, look what's crossing you at this moment in time. Blessings, darling dear. New opportunities and more of that lovely yellow. New beginnings, darling dear. A new job, a return to your health. This is assisting you, darling dear. This could also be what? A marriage card. True love's first kiss. Whatever it is you've been working on, darling dear, you had to raise your vibration in order to meet it at the what? Borderline. You've sent out your what? Cat signal. And you are about to be gifted by a hand of God. Remember I told you that, divine feminine. The Ace of Pentacles also speaks about a gift. Somebody's going to try and gift you with something over the next few days, divine feminine. Possibly, as I said, this is an offer that you're going to take the time to consider. But you have to understand, you deserve that shiznai. You did the shadow work. This is why you're being blessed with what? A higher self-esteem, higher confidences, right? Passion and power, as well as will and drive, darling dear. Wow. Okay. And it came up the right side up, darling dear. A blessing upon blessing. A blessing on a blessing, black. What's behind you? The past. What's behind the divine feminine? Something that's in the past and already become part of an experience that you was destined to have. Good God. Hey! The yellow's running things so far, darling dear. The lion cheating chitaras. The back front neck stabbing snakes. The frenemies, darling dear. Seven of Swords in the upright, I might add. This speaks about the deceptive, the sneaky, the blessing blockers, right? A breakup that some are saying was sudden. It wasn't sudden, darling dear. You'd already checked out in your mind. You just had to remove your physical body from that situation. This also speaks about someone from the past would love to come back. Because I told you, when you read tarot, look to see where they're looking. Whomsoever this someone or someone's is. Could be as many as 5. Could be as many as 7. But there's 2 main culprits, darling dears, that are watching your everything. Every move you make, every breath you take, divine feminine, they are watching you. Yeah, hillbilly investigations have been launched from the past, darling dear, because they can't understand why you won't accept their what? Their cup. What's wrong with them? They're crack on crazy in their cranium, darling dear. Their cup, you're a mocker type of a person. You take the mocker because you ain't getting smoked. You understood the past was what? Your platform to greatness. This is also what? The confusing thoughts. Ruminating thoughts, darling dear. It's a thing of the past. You understood that you had to go within and go to what? Your subconscious mind, the feminine energy, darling dear, in order to reprogram and reshape your life. You did that with affirmations like, I'm a powerful, resourceful manifester. Gratitude is my go-to move. Somebody would like to come back, someone's would like to come back, but you're not even looking at them, darling dear. Look where she's looking. You're looking at your gangster, what you achieved for yourself. Be proud, darling dears. Self-validation. This is could also represent someone in the past that does have a debt to you, darling dear, whether it's spiritually or financially. Somebody from the past would like to come back and apologize. Where's Kipper? Hold on. Are they coming with a true apology? Or are they coming to take the piss? No, they don't take the piss. They'd like to take a shit. Are they coming to take a shit? in the Divine Feminine's life? Let's see. What do they want? Because their blessings are blocked. This person is, or personages are stuck in the same place. Leave them where they are, Divine Feminine. Look. You have no communication. You are not focused on their social media. You've not checked up on them. Why? You don't want to stumble and fall, because they never catched you before and they won't catch you again. This is also what? The keeping of your said intel to yourself, darling dear. No one's checking for them, boo. Hey! You ain't even checked. You can't be bothered. You understand their future is goalless. Why? Because they're soulless and they're mean. They're mean, bloody hell. They're mean and they're missing. Let's carry on, Divine Feminine. What's ahead of you? Just as the past influences are passing away, it fell right on you, darling dear. We have the Four of Cups. What's ahead of you is what? The bottom feeders, what have realized that you're not taking their opium. And it's also what a reminder not to miss out on opportunities that are being gifted to you by the Most High. The Cups talk about your intuition, darling dear. Use your discernment. We also what? Some of you are still carrying the energy of what? Possibly a throuple, blood on the dance floor, where someone put you into what? A throuple that you didn't sign up for. Don't allow it for you to block blessings or to love again, darling dears. Yes, I did tell you many times, guard your heart, for from your heart springs the well of life. Proverbs 4:23. But good God, don't make it into what? A garrison, darling dear. You can't allow past energies that you're no longer checking for, darling dear, to block your chance at true love's first kiss, a new beginning, true soul family coming towards you. Don't allow yourself to be shut off and closed off from the new that's being gifted to you. You've already seen a higher power, right? Is giving you a left up. You're poised, darling dear, because the healing and the shadow work you've done has paid off. What does Kipper have to say about that? Oh, wow. Yeah. Somebody who was not, you thought they was family, but they was never family. Look at you shining ahead and all that shadow, all the malice. Spell work, darling dear. Mean words, the rehashing of she's naive. You don't live at that address. Let them stay stuck in what you once was. Because you have true love's first kiss. This is union, darling dear. Unity. Something solid coming towards you in your future. Absolutely lovely. Love it. I don't hate it. I love it. Flowers always speak about new beginnings. You've decided to be a lotus, Divine Feminine. Able to what? Grow and ascend from the dirtiest of waters. The wickedest, most pernicious circumstances and situations. Divine wants you to understand you can create whatever you want, but you have to be what? Of one mind, having gone within and reprogrammed your subconscious. This is security and stability. Divine doesn't want you to miss out on the cup that's being gifted to you for your hard work, your focus, and your dedication. What's crowning you? What may come into influence in your future life as you continue to what? Bend the matrix, Divine Feminine. Folio. Divine wants you to be careful of what? Rinse and repeat of cycles, darling dear. Don't be folio going forward. Negative cycles. And how would you create the negative cycles? By still embodying the past energy. By going back to help those that wouldn't have spit on you if you was on fire. Those that what put you in that situation. Because remember, Divine Feminine, you can't go back to what broke you and expect to find a healed situation. You simply can't. Cannot. going back over old messages, darling dears, old things that were said or done. Don't bring it into your future with you because it will influence your future. You have greatness in you, darling dears. I told you, you've got the 6 G's. You've got the Most High, Father, God, Mother, Isis. You've got growth. You've got goals. You've got gifts. You've got greatness. And you pepper it down with the gratitude. Pinkies up. Don't stay stuck in a place that no longer fits you. And don't allow those that are what? On the rinse and repeat. They are dummy bats, darling dear. Don't allow them to come with you because they will break you down and bring you back lower than you was when you first started, darling dears. Why? The ignorant will always beat you and down press you with their ignorance. How dare you ascend? How dare you get great? How dare you cut us all off? All we was doing was trying to kill you. What does Kipper have to say about that? Alright? Look, you have a new path, Divine Feminine. Choose to be wise. We have a 3 and a 5. The 3 is the Empress energy. The 5 is the Hierophant, being divinely guided. It's Taurus. The Empress is represented by Earth as well as Venus energy. Venus is the 4th planet. Again, the number 4 again. Venus rules what? On the 2nd and 6th house. This is about your creativity, darling dears, and your sensuality. Realize who you are. You've got the butterflies of change, and it's going between the two trees, the pillars of wisdom, darling dear. Go towards the light, Carol Ann. Because if you go back, you'll get the same bad health check as those are in the past. This speaks about what? The karma, darling dear. Somebody's going through bad health, bad credit, right? They've got nothing but bad intentions, right? And they've possibly got the what? Seasoned Panani of Fatum. Divine has gifted you with a window. Make sure you take it, Divine Feminine. And again, we see the energy of the 4. 4 is running this reading today, darling dears. Base of the deck. Because you bossed up on bitches and mitches. And this is whom is approaching you. Future self. Remember I told you that. Someone on your level. Someone's on your level. Which you truly deserve because you did the work. Hey Charlotte Marie. Glad you could pop in, darling dear. Pinky's up. Who else has popped in while I was talking to things? We've got Melinda C. Wagwan. You good? What's beneath the Divine Feminine? What is the cards wanting you to know? What is the essence of this tale? Good God. Listen. Your intuition, darling dear. Your discernment. The inner work. Divine wants you to know that you can always go within. Why? Every answer comes from within. You have to be this. You'll always be an eternal student once you go within, darling dear. There's always something more Divine can show you. Use your discernment. And it also speaks about secrets. Keeping your own counsel, darling dear, will fare thee well. Because of what? A moment on the lips could cause what? Catastrophe and downfall of a big cat, Divine Feminine. Especially when it falls on the wrong ears. Those ear hustlers that are quick to go on the balls of their feet as merchants of slander. And it also speaks about what? Being spiritually protected. As you sit between the what? 2 pillars of wisdom, Boaz and Jashin, for completion and beginning. You can begin every single day a new life, darling. I told you, as you open your eye, the day that you plan to have and the morning you have is the timeline you create by your attitude to a new day. You sit between what? Between the pillars of wisdom, Boaz and Jashin, but you're sitting in front of the tree of life. You get a chance to what? Circumvent or even travel the tree of life with your third eye buffed up to a bitchin' shine. The high priestess represented by water and moon energy. It speaks about being a mystic, darling dear. And it also speaks about what? something you can trust in is coming towards you. Something that you'll be able to use, and you will what? Intuitively know that particular tool, information, that person, and I don't mean in a bad way, because sometimes people are sent, right, as guides to point you in the right direction. The right thing you need to read, something you need to adopt in your life. Everything is about to be granted unto thee. 111 in the chat, darling, dear, manifestation mode. Pinkies up. Let me just remove these because I need to have a look. There's a lot of jealousy and envy at your back, darling dear, from past people that can't actually quite get into your cranium, because as far as they are concerned, you've been crowned. They'd never tell you that. A lot of people are seeing you as a missed opportunity, disappointed that you're able to sustain yourself. You come across as being abundant. This could also be the wheel of a car, darling. You may have bought a new car or buffed up the one you've got to a bitch and shine. They can't understand how you continue to bend the matrix when what they set in your path was to trap you, right, in your mind. They wanted you to believe yourself to be less than, why they did all of this and that, but you what went within. And whatever weapon they try to form against you, darling dear, it's not going to prosper. They should have understood the assignment when you chose you, and you will always choose you going forward, darling dears. Why? You're the only thing you take with you. You can't even take your progeny everywhere you go. You are always with you. Remember I told you that. Fist bump. You're right, Slim Jim, them can't stop you unless you allow it. The devil can't cross. Was it a vampire? Prakalisha, Pennywise son or daughter? Can't cross your threshold unless you allow it in. Some people are being emotionally tortured, darling dear, stuck in what they did to you in the past, the negative cycle that they had, and they would love to take it back, darling dear, but you've ascended to such a level. And Divine has gifted you with what? The finances, the stability, the return to your health, healthier choices. You're able to sustain yourself, something which they didn't believe you could. You didn't believe it, but yet you was doing it all along, darling dears. Look at the map of your life and what you've overcome, Divine Feminine. Not for the faint-hearted, but favor always favors the brave, and you are indeed favored. Blessed and highly favored. Right, we're at the 48 now. We still have to go on with any negative or positive feelings, your hopes and your fears, outside opinions, your hopes and the final outcome. I'm going to take that over to the Patreon, darling dear. So I'm going to leave you right here. If you want to watch the remainder of the read in the Patreon, give me at least a good 60 minutes, because I've got to make it into a video and then upload it to the Patreon. So I'm going to leave you right there, darling dear, because this is fabulous. But if you want to know the outcome and with the steps that you're taking, come back in 60 minutes and I'll see you on the other side at the Patreon, where I can say what I want to say. On that note, I drops me mic. Todd love to my Teesprings, Todd love to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked, and don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Cat, cat. Remember, Divine Feminine. And never you forget, tell yourself this every day. You've got the 5 G's. The Most High Father God, Mother Isis, growth, goals, gifts, greatness, and gratitude. See you on the other side. Cat, cat. Cat, cat.